How's it going, everyone? It is Tuesday, October 15th, 2024. Let's take a look at the picks from the last video, the first of which is VST. And we'll get to quickly what the market is doing today as we examine the picks. So, VST, strong stock, pulled back, found some support around 114, rallied up a little bit here. Today, market had a flat open, some compression, and then we had a bearish trend day for today. So I thought this was a more unlikely scenario, but still possible. What happened today? So I'm actually going to swap the order real quick with the market so that way I can combine both the pick and the trade management right now. So we are a long-term bullish fundamentally and technically. Short-term, we have this nice breakout on the move. It is lighter volume, so I have some long swing exposure, not too much, sort of a middle term swing exposure to the end of the month, and I'm mixing that in with shorter term swings where I'm kind of cycling in and out of trades. So VS Oracle is a longer term swing, VST and Dash are shorter term swings. PCAR also a bit of a shorter term swing as well. So that's our bias here. Coming into today, a couple things I was watching for. First, if we got some sort of really big gap up, I would take profits on my positions. I thought the market looked a little bit overextended on the D1 here if we got a gap up, and we might see some profit taking come into effect. But we got a flat open, so I said, okay, look, flat open. If we get a weak move down, that will give us a nice little bid check. If we see a strong move down, we could have a bearish trend day, so I'm going to watch out for that setup over here. And then if we get a flat open and start to grind up, we could have a nice little bullish trend day. So I was leaning more towards a bullish trend day / LPTE. What we got was sort of a weak bearish trend day. So keep an eye on Oxy here. Okay, and there's the late day sell-off. So with VST, first we got this long red candle on the open that tested some support. So not exactly great, and we're relatively weak early in the day, but when the market started to sell off, VST actually managed to rally and hold some of the gains. So how I play the stock, actually the stock is doing pretty well. The market, a little bit bearish today, but VST has held up pretty well. So I am looking to see this stock pretty much clear the high of the day in a pretty strong go on any market rebound, which I'm expecting would happen tomorrow. So that's what's looking like in VST. But if this move up here is tenuous, I may scratch the trade. If the market over here doesn't stage a rebound, then I might also scratch the trade. So it's more on the stock versus the market strength here. So stock is holding up pretty well. I still think we have a good chance to take profits at the end of the day or at the end of this week, but I am just weary of what the market is doing over here. If we may see some profit taking, some selling. This move down early in the day was from the ASML News. They released some earnings a little bit early. They said it was a technical error. That's what people are saying. And there was a big negative reaction to ASML earnings. That brought the whole semi sector down since that's such a weighted component. We had a big drop in the market. There is a big divergence today between QQQ and IWM. If I go to my market strength picks over here, you can see that IWM is actually up for the day and was grinding higher versus QQQ or MAGS or something like that. QQQ and SPY are down for the day. So big divergence. Looking at the sector analysis here, tech, healthcare, energy, very weak. Real estate, utilities, defensive, finance, all pretty strong. So that's why we're seeing some of that divergence. So this flat open move down, not super worried about this move. I think it's just that reaction to earnings. I think we might get some buying at the 8 EMA and then maybe make that surge higher. So once the selling and the bleeding stops, I'm expecting VST to start to surge up. So next pick I had was Dash. Dash, big move down earlier today. right? And it came in and tested this upward sloping trend line at the bottom of the channel. Now, this was actually a pretty big move, so not really supposed to happen. I am going to look to scratch Dash tomorrow, try to take a small win. It's really strong on this market move up, but there's actually, it looks like some stock resistance over here. So that's what I'm expecting to see in Dash. I'm going to try to take a small win slash scratch on the stock. The exception here is if we have a nice gap up and the market gaps up, that would allow me to take profits on Dash. So that's what I'm watching for here. Basically, something like this. This really shouldn't have happened on a stock like Dash. Tells me that there are some sellers here, and I want to get out of the trade because I don't have the time cushion to worry about that. So that's what I'm watching for in those picks. Oracle today tested that high. I'm going to zoom out to an M30 here. So still in this compression, found support, came back here, tested this high again, also found some support. It may need a little bit more time to cook, but I'm also not a fan of that double top. So if Oracle breaks through and closes here, I'm going to out for the loss. That's just what I'm watching for. PCAR is pretty much at a break even right now. Entered the trade around 107. Right now 106.74. And PCAR is hitting some resistance actually around the open of this candle here at 108.40. So it looks like that's providing a little bit of stopping, but still looking pretty good. I think I have an order out to scratch, or not scratch, but take profits at that 108.40 position over there. And good old Oxy is not dropping. So that's really what I'm watching for in PCAR here. Again, so I'm not really panicking on some kind of day like this. There will be an update coming up, the next couple of days here. It'll pause, and stocks that are holding up pretty well should have a chance to clear up. Hey, there goes Oxy finally. Okay, so zooming into the market today, what the heck is going on? So I talked about the ASML earnings. That's the initial reaction. We got this 1-up bullish cycle here. Actually took a quick day trade long. If I were to took a quick day trade long on ANF. So as soon as the market basically had this high volume doji, we got this big overextension, and we popped up over here. I took ANF as it made a new high of the day, and I needed to see the market actually start to clear VWAP over here. Now, it did not do that in this bullish cycle. So what does that tell me? So what I did was I took okay profits, like half of my usual profits. Also, I took it at 103.90. I had a chance to take another 80 cents, so it came just shy of my profit target of 164. You can see this; it actually just barely reached this high on the next candle. So happens. Not going to be too worried about that. Okay. And so got out of the trade, and I said, look, this bearish cross here, we might break through the low of the day, and you can see this is this late day sell-off scenario where we're just testing, and then we finally break down and we trigger these sell stops. So I took a SPY short over here at 581.89-ish, and I had my order pretty much right around 580, and I said, look, if we can break through support here at the low of the day, we also are at support right here in this gap fill. So if we break through here, and we could probably trigger some sell stops and move into the gap. So that's what I was playing on SPY and on the stocks. There wasn't a whole lot of stocks that were relatively weak. I did take Oxy, which it looks like I'm going to scratch out of this trade because it's not really dropping with the market. We can take a look at some other weak stocks today. ASML did finally crack through. I took a small win on this stock. Looks like I needed to hold it a little bit longer. Let's look at something like, not AMT, which is actually very strong, but AMAT. Yep. So this is the move on AMAT. Over here, LRSI cross. Here is our sell signal close, and then that's the move down. Let's go to the tags for today. ENPH. Nice move. Nice move earlier on that stock, and then now it's bouncing up. So this has been a beautiful trade for most of the whole day here. So that's been one of the nice shorts. Here's the D1 chart on that stock, breaking through a lot of levels here. Very pretty weak D1. Future Chinese stocks are starting to sell off. Oh, come on. So there's your setup on Future. Big parabolic move here on the buyback. Then we're starting to see some heavy selling, breaking through its A VWAP E through compression, has some room to the low. I'm actually in a Future PDS, which may or may not be my pick for today. We'll see. I think you have to size it decently small because it's a gappy stock. So I'm really counting on a big overnight gap to get the win for me. So what are we going to pick for today? So in a couple of stocks here, well, there's TSM earnings coming up this week. ASML got released a little bit early. I kind of want to avoid the semis area over here. So I do like this Future PDS. The other one that is interesting, SoFi as a long, if we wanted to look at a nice long, although that's kind of giving back some of the gains. Just holding up decently well here. You can see how SPY is forming this nice doji over here. So this could be this. We broke down the low minus trend line, selling climax over here. Could be a good time to take gains as we're late in the day. All right, sorry about that. I had to close on Oxy and pause the video very quick. So let's look at some strong stocks for today. See what's setting up pretty well. So there's some nice. Yeah, I mean, really one of my favorites. It's honestly, it really does have to be ANF because we have this SMA break. We have this break of this long-term high minus trend line. Nice relative strength on the stock. This is a really nice, I really do like this breakout over here on the stock. Has time before earnings. Retail is strong. So ANF is looking like my pick of the day. We're going to look at a couple of other ones here. Roku is looking good. I wanted to get it out of this compression through this high from whatever this day is, but I'd like to see it get through that high. Lemonade is not bad, and it actually broke through this high minus trend line. Still has some room. There's some horizontal resistance here, here, here. So there's a couple things to get through. DBX Dropbox, quite choppy stock if I remember. Looking decent right now. Steadily grinding up. Not looking too bad. It's a good bull reversal here. X is too newsy. MNST. CLSK is continuing from yesterday. Oh, yeah. That's a nice breakout in CLSK. New buy signal, close above the 50 SMA. This could be our long pick. Could be our long pick for the day. Just gonna double check. Is there any sort of resistance it is hitting over here? So I'm just gonna check my volume chart here. Not looking like anything too crazy. I mean, let me just draw a line here. So sometimes I'll draw, it's like somewhere over there, 1150 potentially. Not really seeing anything too crazy. Unless there's like a high plus, maybe a high minus. You're not really seeing anything too much here. So I do like CLSK. Look, we got heavy volume, and this is the reversal pattern we want. So we get a double bottom, buy signal through above a VWAP E and above the 50 SMA. Also, nice little compression break over here, and we have some room. We got some room until 12. So I like CLSK. I think that is going to be my pick for the day. CLSK long. So I'm going to add that to our YouTube picks. All right. So let's pick for the video. You can do shares. You can do calls. I'm probably going to do a CDS. And that's going to be it. So thanks everyone for watching. We're going to take a look at how CLSK and some of our other picks are doing in tomorrow's video.